I'm Leah Steve-Hardy with Hales Webzine, and today with Rock and Roll Industries Magazine, and I'm here with Archer from Santa Cruz. How you guys doing?
Good. What's going on?
You might have remembered I've actually spoken to them before for Hales Webzine, but that was before their successful second European tour in support of Zakk Wylde and Black Label Society. So, of course, a bunch of new developments have come their way since then. And how was it?
It was
incredible.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean,
cool.
It was the first tour for the new lineup to get under their belts. And, you know, having gone out on the road with Zakk previously, I knew it was going to be a good environment because genre-wise it fits really well. Black Label's camp has always been really supportive and helpful with Archer. And so it was awesome. I mean, the European fan base is great. They love heavy metal.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a blast.
For sure.
It was killer.
What was one of the best stops along the way? What was one of the best venues, cities?
The best crowd is Poland. I think that's our answer. Yeah, surprisingly enough. They were just rabid. I mean, they had never heard of us before, and all of a sudden you got a couple thousand people just going nuts, and I guess they're really passionate about the live music and this genre again, and we had no idea what to expect going in there because nobody, none of us have ever been to somewhere like that.
Mm-hmm.
But that was probably one of the more memorable ones.
Yeah, I would say like obviously Rome.
Yeah,
Rome was like the biggest crowd, and it was like the coolest. Like, ambiance
cool.
venue.
That was an outdoor festival stage thing, so that was very cool.
That's cool.
So my favorite was Switzerland. It's a nice small club.
Switzerland, yeah.
It was awesome. I really like the smaller venues where you can get really intimate with the crowd and fans. And we had a blast. It was awesome.
Yeah.
And then really quickly, for anyone who's not familiar with you guys, can you just introduce yourselves and tell us what you play and everything?
I'm David De Silva. I'm the bassist and backing vocalist.
I'm Dylan. Play guitar and sing.
I'm Ferret. I play drums.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
So backtracking just a little bit, was it in Switzerland where your bus broke down, or what happened with that?
Black Label's bus broke down
Okay.
in Switzerland, and we didn't know if the show was going to go on because all of a sudden the headliners drop out, and so we talked to the promoter and he said, "You guys just want to play anyways."
Mm-hmm.
So we ended up doing this show by ourselves on the Black Label tour that night. It actually turned out really well.
Yeah, it was very cool.
It was pretty interesting for all these, we didn't know what to expect because all these metalheads get their tickets refunded, and the bad news that Black Label didn't make the show.
Cleaned up on merch that day. Everyone got their money back.
That's right. But it turned out to a successful gig. I mean, you want to convert people.
When we first hit the stage for that show, there was maybe 20 people out of the front, and we're just like, we're just gonna go 200% the whole time. By the end of the show, we had 2 encores. There were 400 people just going absolutely nuts. It was really kind of powerful to see because we were the only band playing.
Well, it kind of validates you when you're able to convert people that have never heard you before, over the course of an hour or however long you're playing,
People that were probably disappointed because the band they came to see wasn't there, and so they still still enjoyed it. So
it's one of those challenges that you like to accept.
Mm-hmm.
Doing these things you didn't foresee, but then kind of going in there and trying to spread the word and convert everybody to loving your band over one night, so it was good.
Cool.
Yeah.
And last time I spoke to you guys, I was talking to you guys about your forthcoming album, Who's Gonna Save You Now?
Yeah.
Is that available yet, or what's the deal? Is it on your website, or?
It's about to be released online, archernation.com, as usual, and in iTunes and all that stuff as well. And then we'll be making duplications of them, all the hard copy CDs and stuff, within the next couple weeks probably.
Okay.
So artwork is the last step.
The artwork's getting finalized, and we're right around the corner, and we're really excited about the new direction.
Cool.
Yeah.
What is the new direction?
Well, I just mean in a sense these guys, Dave signed on a couple years ago. Ferret's been just about a year.
Yep.
So it's really cool to make a new record and kind of hit the reset button and be like, okay, this is where Archer is now versus what it was a year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago.
And you've been through a couple lineup changes too, so.
Well, one old drummer and one old bassist, yeah. So yeah, it's really cool. It's good to give people a fresh take on what the band's all about now, and obviously, just as we are as humans, it's good to see the band evolve and get better.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I would say plus also since we all come from kind of a little more different musical backgrounds than the original lineup. The original guys were kind of all with the same, influences, and I think that's brings a new element to the music.
Yeah. It's a little more diversified, perhaps.
And then obviously the process itself is a little different because if I'm correct, Doomsday Prophets, one of your demos, was it? Was actually recorded reel to reel.
Yeah.
So what was that process like, and how was that different from Who's Gonna Save You Now and the process of creating that new album?
It was quite a bit different. I mean, the reason we did reel to reel in the first place, because the producer on our first record was a guy named Sam Taylor, who's real old school. Worked with ZZ Top, King's X, and guys like that. So he had his studio. We actually drove out there on tour, right outside of Dallas. And so we made this record within, I don't know, maybe 10 days or something. And the process was entirely different versus what we did now with Gilby recently, where it was all, more modernized Pro Tools and whatnot. So there were definitely some differences. I mean, obviously the editing is far easier to do.
Oh, yeah. I can imagine that would be tedious.
Punching into 2-inch tape over and over, you run the risk of doing it so many times that you create audible gaps. And so you can't mess with it too much.
Yeah.
So I mean, but we were kids back then, so it's hard for me to even think like it wasn't even as stressful back then because I was a kid. This one I'm like thinking a lot about it, but they're pretty different. But I mean, I'm really happy with the product now, so it's good.
Sure.
And then last night you guys played at an industry-only event at the Gibson Showroom in Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
What was that like? Headlining for openers from Planet LA Records like Native June and Jin. So what was that like for you guys? And then Maor Applebaum, who mastered your new album, was also there too.
Yeah, we got to, like Maor. Yeah, Maor is one of them. We got to see a lot of kind of friends in the industry, people that we hadn't seen, only through emails or something. We finally got to meet them face to face, or other people we had worked with in the past. There were a lot of good bands and a lot of cool sponsors involved, and it was just one of those things where everybody came together and kind of supported bands that are at our level, I guess.
Yeah, and it was cool because like every band was like so different, but they were all really, really talented, Sometimes we've been stuck on bills with some pretty awful bands in the past, so it's good.
As everybody is at some point.
That definitely wasn't the case last night.
No,
for sure.
definitely
not the case. Even though we were like, man, we are the only remotely metal band on this bill. I hope we don't blow everybody out of the building with volume and intensity that wasn't present earlier in the night. So. But I thought it actually turned out pretty good.
Yeah, it was a good dynamic build. We started out with an acoustic singer-songwriter and worked our way up to the whole heavy metal trio.
But yeah, it was a good mix, and again, everybody was really cool, and it's good to get everybody together. And we had never been to that Gibson showroom either, so that was nice because the Gibson and Epiphone families were involved with them as well, so it's nice to tie everything together.
Very cool.
Yeah.
What can we expect from you guys in the near future?
What is next? Probably a stateside tour to support the new record is what I would say.
Very cool.
I don't have anything official yet to state about, but I would probably say either by the end of the year or early next year, we'll probably. Yeah.
In closing, because I have to ask, did anything funny happen on the road while you were in Europe?
A lot happened on the road in Europe, such as the life of the young rock and roll
Reputations were made and broken on that tour.
sometimes all in one
and
night.
Destroyed.
Sometimes all in one night.
Oh.
It was good. We
Such as the legend of Beatrice.
I know.
Legend of Beatrice. Oh.
Yeah,
we love Mo and Beatrice.
We've been consistently humiliating one of our roadies in the so it's good stuff. So I guess we'll just leave it at that. We'll give a shout out to Beatrice and Mo.
Okay. We will leave it to Beatrice and Mo, and to the story that most of you will probably never hear.
Well, but if you ever see
you're all gonna hear it.
If you ever see us at the bar, please ask.
Put a few shots in them first, and I guess they'll tell you, right?
Absolutely. I'm actually going out on a tour giving symposiums about the whole Beatrice.
Hey Dave, are you still willing to do that slam poetry video?
Yeah, we're gonna do a slam poetry. It's gonna be great.
What?
Are there any closing comments or anything you'd like to announce, or?
No, just look out for the new record. It's called Who's Gonna Save You Now. That's the title track in addition to 9 other songs. Gilby Clark produced it. We're really excited about the new direction, and it's archernation.com. We'll see you next time.
This peace tea is delicious, by the way.
Yes. And thank you to Rock and Roll Industries. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.
All right. Well, this is Archer from Santa Cruz. I'm Leah Sivaria with Hales Webzine and Rock and Roll Industries. Peace out.